Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of On Board with Star-Lord. And before we get to my guest, let's do a couple sponsor shout outs because without these guys, I would not be able to keep the bills paid and keep these great guests coming on in. So first and foremost, big shout out to Contractor Service. This is Jay Reglabuto's company. He's up in the New Jersey, Philly area, and that's where his company is basically servicing those areas. So if you're looking to do any projects or if you're a contracting company and you need equipment and stuff like that, these are the guys you need to check out at www.contractorservice.com. And you can also give them a call at 856-365-8880. And again, this is servicing the New Jersey and Philadelphia area. Next sponsor is one of my favorites, Liberty Ammunition, right? Big shout out to Liberty Ammo. You can go to www.libertyammo.com, use code STARLORD for 10% off your purchase. And the nice thing about Liberty Ammo is it's really a company that I believe in, someone I've used way before they were a sponsor. So I really believe that the 9mm ultralight is the defensive round to use, okay? It's half the weight of a normal 124 grain 9mm round, and it has twice the velocity, okay? So not only are you carrying a lighter round, so it's not as heavy in your concealment, but it also has twice the velocity, so, it's more effective, okay? And I've never seen a round like this. So when you're carrying, you need to trust in two things, the weapon that you choose and the ammo that you're using. So I trust my life to Liberty Ammo, and I'd highly recommend you guys go and pick up some of the ultralights or any of their other defensive ammunition, and that's www.libertyammo.com. Third and final sponsor is Have a Shot of Freedom Whiskey. This is a single batch bourbon that is created by a veteran-owned company. They do bourbon and they do gin. I'm not a big gin drinker, so I drink their bourbon, and it's fucking awesome, man. It's like $35-40, and it is one of the best bourbons that I've tasted at that price range. Now, I'm doing something really cool with these guys this month. So we're doing a little contest, right? And if you buy their product, take a picture with either the bottle of whiskey or the bottle of gin, I'm going to, at the end of the month, pick someone who's taken a photo with the product that they bought and posted it on Instagram, Facebook, and tagged it, Star-Lord Fly Me Out, hashtag Star-Lord Fly Me Out. I will fly you down to Florida once all this corona mess is over and put you up for a weekend, and we'll do a little traincation for you guys. I live down in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. My school's in Palmetto. We're like 25 minutes from the beaches, and I will cover your airfare and your hotel to get you down here. We'll do some training. We'll go to the beach. We'll have a good time. So to enter the contest, just buy a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of gin, tag it, Fly Me Down, Star-Lord. So hashtag Fly Me Down, Star-Lord. And I will go through at the end of the month and pick a winner. Remember, you just got to buy a bottle of bourbon or a bottle of gin from Have a Shot of Freedom, tag me in it, tag them in it, and hashtag it, and then we'll go ahead and pick a winner at the end of the month. So once again, you can go to haveashotofreedom.com, use code STARLORD for 15% off, and then that is only good for merchandise. You can't use that code on the liquor yet, but I highly recommend you use all of these companies. So once again, thank you to the sponsors, and let's get on with our guest. Man, I fucking hate hearing my own voice. So today I got Stephen Koslow coming on with me, and we're going to talk UFC 249, make our picks and stuff like that. Koslow's 3-0 as a pro MMA fighter fighting out of Jacksonville, Florida, which is actually where the UFC is taking place this weekend. And I have no doubt in my mind he's going to be in the UFC real shortly. So let's get him on here and talk some MMA. What's up, dude?
What's up, dog?
Fucking surviving this corona stuff. How about you? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hell yeah, I'm surviving, bro. Just chilling. Just living,
So how bad were you hoping that there was some freak accident to like Cejudo or Dominic Cruz and they needed like a local 135er to fucking step in?
I don't really want anybody to be hurt, but
I mean, yeah.
I'll definitely step in to whoop both those fools. I feel like I have a game plan for either one of them. So.
Yeah, dude, you posted something the other day on Facebook how you wanted to be the first UFC 135 champ and simultaneously the ADCC 66 kilo champ. And dude, Spencer and I were talking about it. I think that's some shit you can fucking do.
Yeah, I like I think double champ's a cool one. UFC double champ's a cool one, but I was like, I don't have those goals. I don't really care about double champ. I want to be the best in jiu-jitsu and the best in MMA. So I thought, that's my original goal, and I've always had that in mind, like which one do I want to do, like starting martial arts. Like I was like, which one do I want to really set? Do I want to put all my effort into training MMA, whilst I also want to do jujitsu. I want to do it for the rest of my life. I want to be the best at it. So like I want to have both. I always wanted both those goals. Like it was like one week I'd be like I want to be ADCC champ, and I would focus put all my eggs in the basket with jujitsu, and then next week I would just be trying to do wrestling and striking and everything but jujitsu. So like now I'm like fuck it, I'm doing both of them. Fuck that.
So before we get into like the UFC card, let's talk about that last fight you had for Combat Night, because holy shit, man, you look fucking good.
Thank you.
Dude, like the way you were throwing that teep to the body, like your style really, your boxing really reminds me of like a Diaz brother, but you have really versatile wrestling and kicks too. So like you're like a combination of the Diaz's, and then that teep reminded me a lot of like how Conor McGregor was hitting it on Chad Mendes in their fight. But you could do it all, man. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do next?
Well, shit. I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it if it works. I like teeps to the body because they're like low, low risk, high reward. In my mind, that's why I'm throwing them. I'm throwing them because it's a good way to close the distance and get in to implement my game plan. So, and I like it whenever I catch somebody in the stomach with a nice teep. It's like stabbing them with a spear.
Yeah, dude, fucking takes away their will to live. And you saw that in your last fight after a couple of those. He just didn't want to fucking be there. You could see him slowly draining away.
Yeah, no, definitely. I hit him with like one of my double teeps, and then he just crumbled.
Yeah,
Let me
man.
choke him.
That's fucking crazy. All right, so you have like fucking 5 or 6 different nicknames. What the hell are you going to use like going forward? Because we got to talk about this whole branding thing. You can't be the fucking pillow and then whatever the hell they have on Tapology and Shinobi and like all this other shit. Like
On
you need one thing.
Tapology, it says Obi-Wan
Yeah,
Shinobi.
Obi-Wan
Yeah,
Shinobi
that
and
wasn't
the
me.
pillow.
That's gotta be I think Ramsey. Somebody did that because I didn't do that.
So going forward, what do you want people to know you by other than Koslow? What the hell is your nickname now?
I like Shinobi the pillow.
Shinobi the pillow.
Because I am a Shinobi, and I'm not getting rid of the pillow. Like I like the pillow. Whenever my last amateur fight, Chris, what's his name, Rothstein, he announced it pretty well. He's like, he's like, I see you got 2 nicknames. Do you want me to say them both? I said, yeah, I want you to say them both. He's like, all right, and then he announced he's like, Shinobi the pillow. So if you say Shinobi the pillow, it sounds good.
Yeah. So where the hell did you get the pillow from?
The pillow was my first nickname I ever got given to me. That's the one that I got given to me by Dean Grant, which was my first instructor, like martial arts wise. He's like a life coach too. I've always called him Master Yoda, because he's just like could do it all. He's always been my hardest round. Jiu-jitsu always been my hardest round. MMA, clinching, stand up, anything like that. He's always beat my ass. He probably always will be able to beat my ass until he's old and crippled. But no, so I did jiu-jitsu competitions before I did MMA. I did my first competition as a 2-stripe white belt. And then my next competition, I put my first person I ever put to sleep with a cross collar choke. And Dean thought that was fucking sick at the time. So I got back at the gym and he's like, the fucking pillow, putting these motherfuckers to sleep. He was so stoked. So it just stuck after that.
Oh man, that's pretty fucking good. I kind of figured that's what it was, but I mean, I didn't want it to like say the pillow. It's like because you just fucking put people to sleep with your style. I'm like, that doesn't fucking make sense. Like you're fucking exciting as hell.
I did it a few times after that too. I probably have like 4 or 5 people I put to sleep in jiu-jitsu competition before I ever did MMA.
Yeah, and that's something people don't fucking realize is like when you were fighting amateur, like you were doing some high level jiu-jitsu tournaments, man. Like I remember you won what was that? The first Orange Park Invitational or Atlantic Beach Invitational, and then you went into some Zapateros and you've done everything, man.
Oh yeah, I always try to stay in the jiu-jitsu scene because that's like my original. I started martial arts because I wanted to be good at fighting and stuff. But then I discovered jiu-jitsu and I fell in love with it. And so like I always like it's a good it's like nowadays you can make a living off jiu-jitsu too. So now like I want that to be kind of like what happened. Like I want to be able to kind of fall back on that in a way. Like even though it's still professional athletics, like I'm still like I don't want to ever be like like do something that's not physical. So like if I can't fight, I'm going to be doing jiu-jitsu for the rest of my life. I want to make a living doing that, or like something that has to do with jiu-jitsu, whether it's become ADCC champ or open my own school and have and do it that way, so whatever.
So before we get into the fights, let's do one more thing because you have a very unique style when it comes to jiu-jitsu. Like you obviously have like a good wrestling base and stuff like that, but you also do a lot of sport jiu-jitsu techniques. And we see like Tony Ferguson doing like Imanari rolls, a lot of Darces and stuff like that.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you think like because there's always these people that are saying like the new school techniques don't work in MMA, and I don't fucking believe that at all. Like I think they all fucking work, but
Yeah.
you see some of these new school jiu-jitsu guys coming in and they're hitting everything they do in fucking training. Like they're doing M&R rolls, they're doing fucking flow passing, all this shit. How do you see it transitioning to MMA now?
I mean, you see things working and you see them not working. As far as like the Imanari and the Granbies and stuff like that, like it works if you're also good at fighting. It can't. You can't just go out there and spam Imanari rolls.
Unless you're Ryan
Unless
Hall.
you're Ryan. Oh, Ryan's decent.
He is,
he,
man.
he can implement his game plan, implement his striking to work for his game plan. So like,
Yeah.
he's not a slouch. He's doing it for a reason. So like, I I just think at the end of the day, whoever has the better jiu-jitsu ends up winning. There's always like it's not going to be what saves you, but it could be what saves you. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I got you, dude. All right, so let's get into this fight card. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here, and then I'll see if this photo is even good enough to pull up here so we can actually see. Because, dude, this undercard is stacked as hell.
Yeah, all these fights are pretty sick. So I'm actually pretty stoked.
Can you see that at all, or is that too small?
Reach in there. No, I can see it. I'm on a phone, so I can see it. The only thing I can't see are the weights.
Here, let me see if I can find a better one.
I'll read the names though.
I'll read the first one, and then so it's Ryan Spann versus Sam Alvey at light heavyweight. What do you think about that one?
Ryan Spann versus Sam Alvey. Man, I haven't really watched much of Spann, but I don't something about Sam Alvey like I don't like the fact that he's always smiling. We need to see some hate.
That's his thing.
No, I'm just playing. I like this. I like him. As a fighter, he's really shit. The only fight I've seen him other than Alex Nicholson was fucking shit. I don't even know. I don't even really watch Sam Alvey that much. I just know he's a smiley guy.
Yeah, man. He's coming towards the downside of his career, but he's gotten some big wins and he's knocked some people out that he's not supposed to, And
yeah,
he's kind of coming in as like the underdog on this one. I think he's like a 2-1 underdog, which I mean, to each their own. I wouldn't bet against Sam Alvey, but I definitely leaning towards Ryan Spann a little bit more in this fight.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing a lot more from Spann, so like that really doesn't make a difference to whether you hear more about somebody or not. But that's how you know that they're doing well. I haven't really been hearing much about Sam Alvey because, like you just said, he's probably on the tail end of his career, so that makes sense.
All right, let me see if I can zoom this thing in a little bit more before we. Is that zooming in on your screen?
Yeah.
Oh hell
Rosa?
Yeah!
Oh yeah. I'm actually interested in seeing. That's Charles Rosa, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and he's fighting Bryce Mitchell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. I like to see. I like Bryce Mitchell. I like his whole like swag, like his country swagger. I want to see him do good. I don't really follow Charles Rosa too much. I just know that he, my good friend and training partner, Caveman, beat him a long time ago as an amateur. So like, I like to see that. I like to see him win because I like to look at Caveman and be like, you beat that guy in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. But it's whatever. I really I want to see Thug Nasty win this one.
Yeah, I'd like to see him win that too, especially after hitting that twister in his last fight or the one before.
Yeah,
like,
man. He just had a personal with Eddie Bravo these last few days. I think he's seen him.
Yeah, I saw him on Instagram and stuff like that. They were working out and shit. That's pretty fucking cool.
Hopefully he hits a badass twist back or some.
And you know what's crazy is he trains with Rolly Delgado and a couple other guys out there in Arkansas who are like real good jiu-jitsu people. So he's got like a real hardcore lineage when it comes to. Are you fucking hitting dabs on the podcast?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you hit your dab before we go to the next one.
CBD, bro.
Obviously.
Just CBD.
Is that fucking Shelby going crazy in the background?
You're on a podcast, Shelby. Don't speak too loudly.
So I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
She's another fucking killer, man. Like, she's fucking savage.
Say hi. Say hi on the microphone.
Hello.
Fucking savage over here. The savage couple. All right, so while you're hitting your dab, the next fight on here is, man, I don't even know how to say this guy's fucking last name, LeQuay, but he's fighting Nico Price, who's a Florida guy. So I mean, like,
yeah, I'm really interested to see Nico, man. I like watching him. He's always got like he's got 2 fucking KOs by up kick. Is that like up kick KOs? Or no, he's got 1 KO from the bomb, and then the other one is an up kick. Or so he's got 2 up kicks.
I think he's got 2 up kick KOs, and I think he's also got 3. A KO from when he was hammer fisting someone from Bottomashi.
So that's 3 KOs from the bottom.
Yeah, he's got at least 2 or 3. Like, that's some fucking crazy power, man. Like, I don't know how the hell you work on that. I think that's someone who's it's just fucking given to you, you know? Like
that's just like a natural, dude. That's natural, like, what's the word? Like that. I'm not gonna say talent. That's like natural killer instinct in the moment. You know exactly what the fucking the kill shot is to get 3 of them, off your back.
Yeah, man.
Like, he is not a wounded. He's the definition of like you can't corner a wounded animal. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
He's always dangerous.
Yeah, dude, and he's got some legit grappling too, because he was talking about doing some of these pro events. Because Patrick Moran and Corey Brown reached out to me because they work with them, and they're like, "Hey, let's get him in some of these like pro tournaments and shit." I'm like, "All right, dude," and they're like, "Trust me, this guy's gonna fucking murder people." And Koslow disappeared on me. You back?
What happened here?
I don't know. You went blank for a second. You can see me now?
Okay. Yeah, I can see you now. No, I had a phone call coming in.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. All right. So, yeah, I think we're both pulling for Nico Price on that one. All right. So now is when we get fucking into like the real shit. Holy crap. This is getting crazy. Uriah Hall versus Jacare as the 4th fight.
Yeah. No, I'm stoked on this one, man. Jacare, I get to train with him at Fusion in Orlando a lot, so I'm really excited. He's definitely he's a teammate of mine now. I consider him a teammate. I get to see him enough.
There he goes again. Don't these fucking people know that he's doing a podcast? Like,
God damn it, man.
Don't these fucking people know that you're doing something important right now?
Yo. Bruh. Hey, could you call Marshall and tell him to stop calling me? Damn it, man. Dude, he just cut me off.
Hey, we can still hear you. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so I'll talk about this one because, Koslow gets to train with Jacare a lot. This is a really interesting matchup because Jacare hasn't competed in a while, and Uriah Hall, he's one of those guys that is like hit or miss. He's either on fire or he's someone that can't put shit together, And we saw him take out Gegard Mousasi, and then we saw him get murked by Gegard Mousasi, and he's always shown flashes of brilliance. So I'm excited for that one. And here comes Koslow again. You got your shit figured out now?
Did you set that timer?
Hey, did you tell your homies to
Yeah, I
stop
got a video.
calling you?
Yeah.
So Jacare, you get to train with him a little bit. How's he looking?
Yeah, man. He he looks fucking good, man. Last time I saw him, which was a while ago, he fucking I don't know who he had in the cage, but I was the only one watching him right before sparring. And he fucking had this guy. I don't know if he was paying this guy to come and spar with him or what, but him and this dude were fucking throwing down, and he was fucking him up. And like they would trade like 3-4 punches, and then his homeboy would throw 3 or 4 punches, and they were like all landing flush. And then he would throw 3 or 4 punches, like body shot, hook to the head, like. And then like right before the end, like 30 seconds left, he throws a fucking elbow over the top, boom, and like cuts the fuck out of this dude. I look around, I'm like only one watching this shit. I'm like, bro, he fucking split the shit. And like, it's almost like he looked at the dude and his coach. He's like, he says something in Portuguese. He's like, yeah, I shouldn't have fucking ran into the elbow. That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I see his ferociousness, whenever I'm able to see him in person. And he's like a legend, in my eyes.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
He's like, so like before I ever even stepped foot at Fusion, I already watched, thousands of hours of tape on Jacare and Rodolfo too, and I get to step on the mats with both of them. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking scary, and they're both doing well. Like Adolfo just came off another win before all this shit happened, and I don't remember Jacare's last fight. It seems like he's been out a minute, but yeah, I definitely think this is a good matchup for him because I think the only way that Uriah is going to catch him is if he catches him like coming in on a takedown or with one of those crazy spinning hook kicks.
Yeah, Jacare's got some savage stand up. He's got he can fucking throw them things. It's like scary. Like you're so like worried about his jiu-jitsu that you get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how it seems. But I don't think Uriah scares easy. I think he's fought some high level guys, but I don't think he's fought anybody with jiu-jitsu like Jacare.
Yeah, and I think the problem with Uriah has always been his wrestling. He gets beat by good wrestlers, and Jacare's got some great takedowns when it comes to just wrestling, and also some great judo too. So I definitely see this one going in Jacare's favor. But I don't know if the crazy spinning hook kick Uriah shows up, he might be able to catch him. But I definitely think Jacare is the favorite here.
No, exactly. I've always liked Uriah. I watched. That was the first episode of Tough that I watched was Uriah Hall and John Jones and
Chael.
Yeah. So like all those guys, like that's the first time I saw Josh Simon and I watched that whole season and I thought it was sick. That was the first one I ever watched. So I always have that image of Uriah spinning back kicking that one dude and just fucking obliterating him. So.
Yeah, that was fucking scary. And speaking of Chael, did you see that new match they put on Submission Underground?
Yeah. So they got who's going on there? I've seen a few of the matches, but they just released one.
Yeah, they just released because it was supposed to be Brent Primus versus Michael Chiesa, but Chiesa got hurt or something, so now it's Brent Primus against Jake Shields.
Yeah, Jake Shields, that's who it was. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked on that.
That's gonna be a great fucking match because Primus, dude, he's got like a Gogo Plata win in his last like 3 fights. So. He's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, to pull off a Gogo Plata in MMA is pretty sick. I actually want to be able to do that.
Yeah, I definitely see you fucking pulling it off one day. All right, so next fight is Carla Esparza versus Michelle Waterson. And what's crazy to me about this fight is Michelle Waterson is the underdog.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the only reason people say that is because Carla is former champ, but. Really,
but dude, Carla has not impressed me at all.
No, exactly. Like she was champ once, and then she quickly got dethroned. So like, I don't really follow Carla Esparza much, to be honest with you. But I know I see more of Michelle Waterson just because I think she whether she does better in the limelight or whatever, I just see more of her, and I think that she's more. Yeah. That's on the head. Carla Esparza is like a one-dimensional fighter compared to Michelle Waterson. She's got more tools. She can keep it standing. I think her grappling is actually better than Carla's.
Yeah, Carla is kind of just like her only accolades really were like she was an okay high school wrestler, and then
Yeah,
she
yeah.
got.
What is that though?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, in the early stages of women's MMA, I guess it was enough to fucking win the UFC title. But
I guess.
yeah, I guess. But yeah, dude, like if you're a betting person, go ahead, put some fucking money on Michelle Watterson right now because she's like a 2-1 underdog, and there's no way in my mind she loses this fight. I know I'm putting
No.
some money on it. Yeah. All right. So battle between two grapplers, Alexei Oleinik and Fabricio Verdum.
Oh yeah. You know, I really want Verdum to make a comeback because I haven't seen him do. What was his last fight? He hasn't fought in a while.
Yeah, he
His
was on
last
that
fight was.
steroid suspension. He was out for 2
Yeah, that's
years.
what it was.
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah, yeah. Damn. Oh, I didn't realize he got popped for steroids. Yeah, that makes me. Uh,
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
cheater's a cheater.
Cheater's a cheater, but like Oleanik is like surprising on the ground. Like he's definitely not the favorite on this one, but he's got weird ass submissions, dude. He does that diaphragm compression. He's got a real good head and arm choke, and then he lets people mount him, and he hits an Ezekiel from bottom mount. He's got like 2 of them in the UFC.
Yeah, it's like catch wrestling ish in a way. It's like damn, these
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
weird.
catching. Yeah, it's like that you can get caught from a spot that you're not supposed to get caught in. So that's pretty cool. I don't really have a favorite in this one, but I am interested in watching this. Especially heavyweights with good jiu-jitsu. I like seeing it. It almost like makes it more interesting to watch whenever you see heavyweights who know they have good jiu-jitsu. It makes them strike. So like the heavyweight fights that you think aren't going to be bangers are bangers.
Yeah, I could definitely see this one turning into a banger because Verdum thinks he's a decent kickboxer, and Oleanik he's a little slow, so he might not be able to get Verdum down. So I see this thing going into a slugfest.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Cowboy
Exactly.
versus Pettis 2. That's a fucking great
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, we're getting into it now. I'm stoked on this one. Cowboy, I think this is his record UFC walk, like 36 or some shit like that.
Dude, it's a lot. I don't know how many fights he's had, but he's got a shit ton.
Yeah, I didn't realize that him and I completely forgot that he fought Pettis before, and Pettis KO'd him apparently.
Yeah. It was a while
So
ago though.
I'm stoked to watch the rematch. I think Cowboy is he's always dangerous, but then again, like he's fought so many fucking times that you kind of know. You know how to beat him if you're in the UFC at his weight class. You're like expected to fight Cowboy in a way. If you're in that weight class, at least I would be. I would be like, yeah, I'm obviously gonna fight him as long as he's in the UFC. He's probably gonna fight me too. So like that's how I would think if I was in that weight class. So uh, I want to see him do well, but then again, it's like Pettis is an animal at welterweights. Like they're both going to welterweight from lightweight. I think the first fight was at lightweight.
Yeah, it was that lightweight.
Yeah, so maybe there'd be a little difference. Maybe the weight plays a difference in this fight, going up, 15 pounds.
I'm actually happy to see it at welterweight because both these guys are towards the tail end of their career. They both fought a lot, so there's no reason for them to cut weight to make 155. And then fucking Pettis was making 145 for a while. So it makes me happy to see them fighting up.
You got went from 45 to 70, and that's the thing. It's like you see a lot of these guys, going up in weight now. Even me, I'm going up in weight now. I'm done with the flyweight days. Now I'm trying to establish myself as a bantamweight. So it is what it is. It's healthier. More longevity.
Yeah, dude, you fucking cut a shit ton of weight, so I'm glad to see you going up. But yeah, honestly, like I never bet on Cowboy fights because my heart's always a fucking Cowboy. So like I always want to see him win, and I fucking love Pettis too. But I think Pettis is definitely the favorite in this one. I'd like to see Cowboy get it,
just because he has the prior win, and he's been doing well. His last fights have been doing well. They have mutual opponents as well, and I think Pettis has done better.
Yeah, so I think Pettis probably takes this one. Hopefully Cowboy doesn't get KO'd. I'd love to see Cowboy win and then like retire and go out from the sunset, but I don't think
yeah, man.
That.
Hopefully he gets like a walk-off KO and then he's like, that's the last one, guys.
Yeah, it'd be fucking awesome. And now we're in the main card.
Perfect world.
I don't know how all these guys are on the fucking main card and we got all these people down here on the undercard.
I don't get how Hardy is on the main card above Pettis and Cowboy.
Yeah.
Above Who else was on that prelim? That's like,
Bro, you got Verdum, who was a UFC heavyweight
yeah,
champion.
like
You
what the
got
fuck?
fucking Jacare, who is like one of the best
Yeah,
185ers in the fucking
dude.
world. Yeah.
Even as Sparson and Waterson, like, I don't know. Is there any like um what's the word? Like elder, like who's been in the UFC longer? I guess that doesn't matter now. It's
I
just
guess
people want to
not.
see.
Well, listen, they're trying to fucking make money off Hardy, which I get, but I mean, I don't know. Hardy to me is real hit or miss, just because like we saw him in a couple of the fights where he kind of breaks mentally, and then we saw him lose to Volkov, which is like he's supposed to. Volkov's the fucking monster, but
Yeah,
now they're giving him someone who's a little bit more his speed. But Castro could fucking bang, man.
yeah. DeCastro, he wasn't on the the contender series, was he?
I thought he was the one that fought what's his face, wrestler from Orlando. Mitch knows him. He was on Combat Night a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
times.
No, yeah. So he was the guy. He fought
I think he is.
Alton Meeks.
Alton. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the
Yeah.
guy.
If
Like,
that's the guy, then he is he's the underdog because or people if for what he looks like, he looks like he doesn't really have cardio. He looks out of shape, fat, whatever. But motherfucker, he can fight. Like I saw him versus Alton. I know Alton's a savage. He handed Alton his first loss, and that was very impressive. So like, I know Hardy, he's got power, so like he can knock you out at any time. But he's becoming better with every fight. I know he was on that that what's it called, the special contract that the UFC was doing. It's like
yeah.
a development contract or whatever.
Yep.
So hopefully we see some improvement from Hardy. I really want to. He's on the main card now for like the second or third time. So
Yeah, he's been on there for a while, man. They're trying to shove Hardy down our throats, and he did beat Alton. So his last two fights, he's got that leg kick and hammer fist win over Alton.
Exactly.
And then he's got a knockout over Justin Tafa on the Whitaker out of Sonya card. And I watched that fight. That was pretty fucking good. So honestly, I would put some money on Castro here.
Yeah, like definitely, especially if Hardy fights the same as, but I don't think he will. I think he's ever evolving. He's new to the sport, and I think we haven't really seen his full potential. So
yeah, this is going to be make or break, I think, for him because if he loses this one, that's 2 in a row he's lost, and this is kind of like someone they're feeding him to, or they're feeding to him. So this could be a make or break for him. But I think I'm going to take Castro on this one. But Hardy's been improving a lot, like you said.
Definitely.
All right, so a couple more. We got Jeremy Stevens versus, I don't know this guy's first name, but it's Qatar. This is 145. I don't know much about this guy.
No, like I was saying, like I was talking to somebody. I was like, man, like even if the UFC called me for a featherweight fight, I probably would still do it.
Yeah.
Even if it's against Stevens, I'll still fucking go in there and I'll fucking bang.
Stevens is a fucking big boy.
I know he's fucking.
Hey, he missed weight too. He missed weight by 4 pounds. Oh shit! Did we lose you again? Oh man, fucking Koslow keeps fucking getting calls and all this shit. All right, so Jeremy Stevens missed weight by 4.5 pounds. I'm going to give you guys a quick breakdown of Calvin Qatar or Catter. I don't know fucking how you're supposed to say it. And when Koslow gets in, we'll get him back on. But he's 20-4, and he's coming off of a loss to Zabit. That's where I know him from. But he's got a win over Ricardo Lamas by knockout. Touchy-feely. He's got some good wins, man. So he's number 8 in the world at 145. Jeremy's kind of on the downturn. So this is going to show us what's going on. Is Jeremy going to be able to jump back into title contention, or is he going to be a stepping stone for Calvin Kattar? And we always see this stuff in the UFC. The guys that they're trying to put into title contention, they're normally like first, second fight of the main card because they're trying to get some more eyes on them. They're trying to build their brand and establish them. And they normally give them like not an up-and-comer, like a legend kind of on the downturn. And this is what we're seeing here with Jeremy Stevens. But Stevens can bang, man. Who knows? Like he has that loss to Jose Aldo, but he tagged Aldo a few times, like Stevens is better than his record shows at 28-17, but he's on a couple fight losing skid. He lost to Jose, he lost to Zabit, he lost to Yair, he had that no contest with Yair. So obviously Cater's the favorite in this one, and they're trying to build him back up. So yeah, I'm going to move on to the next fight. If Koslow hops back in, great. If not, maybe his phone died or something like that. Always with the fucking 10th Planet guys and the problems with the technology. So next fight is Francis Ngannou and Rosenstrike, and this is going to be a fucking crazy fight. I'm not touching this one with a 10-foot pole when it comes to money, okay? Never, if I were you guys, I would never really bet on heavyweights just because in MMA you have no fucking clue what's going to happen. I've won money and I've lost money on sure things when it comes to heavyweights just because they all have power. People you never think would get knockouts because their grapplers tend to knock people out just because when you're 270 pounds, you have that fucking problem. Here it comes. Oh, he's back again. And he's gone again. Oh, now he's back. There it is. What the fuck happened now? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. What the fuck?
My phone died.
I figured that's what fucking happened. Dude, anytime I have a 10th Planet guy on here, either they can't figure it out with their internet connection or their phone fucking dies.
Yeah, now I'm using my girlfriend's phone and her connection's shitty.
Oh, Jesus. All right, well, we only got a couple fights left. We were talking about Stevens and Cater. Cater's on he's 5-6 in his last 6 fights, and Jeremy hasn't won a fight in fucking forever.
No, exactly. I really want to see Stevens do well.
Yeah, me too.
Jeremy Stevens. So I this is featherweight. So I always get him mixed up with what's his name? Fought Mike Perry at welterweight.
Are you talking about
got KO'd.
Got his arm broken too? Commentator?
No, not Felder. Jeremy Stevens, and then there's who the fuck is that guy? Or no, is that Jeremy Stevens? No, so I'm thinking of he got KO'd by Mike Perry, elbowed.
Let me check real quick. You know what's crazy is you and I came up with Mike Perry. I remember fighting on some of the same cards as Mike Perry, and he was not good as an amateur.
I never fought on the same card as him, but he's came to a few of my amateur fights and stuff, so I never really got to share an event with him.
Are you talking about Jake Ellenberger?
Jake Ellenberger, that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Ellenberger was he was just on Submission Underground not too long ago either.
No, exactly. I think fucking Barry retired.
Yeah, he fucking did. But yeah, man, they're obviously setting up Cater to get into title contention because he's number 8 right now. Jeremy Stevens is on the way down. He had that loss to Jose Aldo, had a loss to Zabit, he had a loss to Yair, and a no contest with Yair. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, those are all savage ass fighters though.
Stevens, they're all fucking crazy.
Zabit and Yair, and those are the cream of the crop at 45. So
yeah, 100%. So I think they're trying to get Cater to go over here. Next fight is Ngannou and Rosenstrike.
Hold on a sec. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The sound isn't coming through for some reason.
Are you
Every
serious?
time I get a call, the sound goes out.
Jesus Christ.
So hold on one moment here.
Holy shit again. All right. So like I was telling you guys, Ngannou and Rosenstrike, do not fucking put money on this fight. Oh my God. Rosenstrike is a 2-1 underdog. And I think they have Ngannou as a 3-1 favorite. Don't fucking try. Don't fucking try. Both of these guys can knock each other out. We saw Rosenstrike got picked apart for fucking 5 rounds by Overeem, and in the last 10, 15 seconds lands that hook on him. So he's fucking dangerous anywhere. You hear me now?
I'm back.
All right, you're back. So Dude, I was just saying, like, I'm not touching this fight with a 10-foot pole when it comes to money because both these guys can knock each other out, Ngannou and Rosenstrike.
Yeah,
And, dude, like, we saw
I'm
Rosenstrike get
really
picked
excited.
apart.
I'm really excited for this one, man. You see Rosenstreich getting picked apart, you said?
No, he got picked apart by Overeem, and then he fucking knocked him out with 10 seconds left.
Exactly, dude. Like I don't know, man. Like, yeah, Ngannou destroyed Overeem. I
Yeah, he
didn't really
did.
see it that being a close fight, but I for Rosenstreich to get fucked up the way he did and then KO him, that shows you how he's dangerous the whole time. But I don't really see him progressing like Ngannou has been progressing and like will progress probably just because like he seems I have a friend Colin Luberts who trains in Miami who recently went with his teammate to Las Vegas to train at the UFC Institute, and he said he saw Ngannou there training. I also heard that Ngannou basically lives at the institute,
Yeah.
so he's constantly getting better and better and better. So I hope he gets better, and I hope he gets back into title contention because I think he's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think he does too. And I think what we're going to see here is Rosenstrike is kind of like Ngannou when he was coming up before he had that fight with Stipe. He was like destroying people. He's
Yeah.
kind of like that big, scary guy that's coming in for you. And he's just a little unpolished. I definitely think he can knock out Ngannou, but it's either going to be a fucking great fight or super boring, like the Derek Lewis fight.
No, definitely.
Yeah, so Ngannou is definitely the favorite, but
I
I'm not
hope
fucking touching
I
this.
never see anything like that again.
I hope I never see anything like that again either. Like, that was fucking horrendous. I was sitting there. I think that was after, oh, fuck. I think that was the fight to win in Orlando that I helped put together. And that night was that fight. And I was sitting in my hotel room just fucking wanting to blow my brains out.
Like it makes you want to cry whenever you see things like that.
Yeah, man. Especially because I like both those fighters. But yeah, hopefully Ngannou's in the right headspace because that's the only thing is if he's not in the right headspace, he's getting KO'd.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 fights left. Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz. Your fucking weight class right there.
Yeah, man. I've been talking a lot about this one. So I think, Cejudo. So he's an Olympic caliber wrestler, but I don't want to say that's all he has, but I always look at these guys like I'm going to fight them. So like the way I would fight Cejudo is yeah, he's a good wrestler and stuff, but I don't see him being a better striker than I am, or better at jiu-jitsu than I am, or even better in the clinch. He got KO'd by Demetrius. And Demetrius is 5'4". So whenever he fights a taller guy, like we're gonna see tonight, like versus Dominic Cruz, I think that's gonna play a part. Even though Dominic Cruz isn't known for clinching and kneeing or whatever, that doesn't really matter. It's about keeping the distance. But then again, Cejudo does a really good job of closing the distance because he is such a high level wrestler. So I think he's danger whenever it comes to him coming forward, trying to land those straight shots, even some overhands. They're just so clean. I think the way he throws them. So, and he's champion for a reason. He's got that hard to kill mentality. He's not ever going to give up in there. And Dominic, I think he, like both these guys are like hard to break guys. Like the hardest mindset dudes. Like you got Olympic caliber athlete, and you got who's double champ, and then you got a guy who's been bantamweight champion the longest ever, the first one ever, and who's came back and won it multiple times after getting a catastrophic injury. So like it's crazy. In the way Dominic Cruz's faults, I think he has less of them in a way than Cejudo. Dominic is a more well-rounded fighter in my eyes than Cejudo is, just because he implements more techniques, like a more variety of techniques I see coming from Dominic Cruz. But Dominic hasn't fought in a long time. Even though he's
4
he's the
years.
one, he says ring rust isn't a thing. So we'll see it. We'll really see. Cejudo is in the midst of his championship reign. And Dominic Cruz is who I thought was retired. So this is gonna be interesting. If I was to bet money on it, I would bet on Cejudo just because he's the champion now. He's the one who's hard to beat. He's going to be the one who, is like, I'm sure more people are going to be betting on him.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a betting favorite, it should definitely be Cejudo. But the thing is, there's a couple of X factors here. Like one, obviously, the 4-year layoff for Dominic Cruz, but that's fucking hard to deal with. I know he says ring rust isn't a thing, but when he had that layoff last time, he had a warm-up fight before his title fight. He had a fight with what's his face, that
Mizugaki.
Mizugaki, yes, and Mizugaki is definitely dangerous, but he murdered him.
Yeah. It's so funny. I remember that fight. Remember Dominic Cruz and Mizugaki? I was watching that with Seth, and I was like, yeah, Dominic Cruz, he's going to lose this one. And Seth looks over. He's like, you got me fucked up. And then he fucking goes out there. He fucks Mizugaki up. I'm like, all right. I'm a Cruz fan.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing is I'm a Cruz fan.
Yeah.
Cejudo, I respect him, but he's cringy as hell. So
he is, man. I hate watching him talk. Even though I saw him on the Mike Tyson Hotbox, and he looks like a cool dude to hang out with.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's super cool. It's all like an Andy Kaufman gig, He's trying to fucking be the cringe king. And now that he's hanging out, now that he's fucking hanging out with Gordon Ryan, like of course he's gonna be extra cringy. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
Super cringe. And hopefully he's been hanging out and getting some technique from Gordon. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see Cejudo, stay champion. Actually, to be honest with you, like if I was to bet on it. And if I want to see anybody win, I want to see Cejudo win just because I want to be able to be the one to beat him.
I'd like to see Cruz win just because I like the story, but I think Cejudo takes this one.
No, definitely. Like honestly, that's what I mean. Like I like both these guys, so like honestly, I wouldn't be mad if either one wins. Like. I don't really want to see anybody lose, but it's the name of the game. So
yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good fight. And now we got the main event: Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. Holy shit!
Yeah, you already know who I got in this one, though.
Yeah,
like 10 feet for life.
Yeah, dude, and so the way I see it, Justin only has one way to win, and it's to knock out Tony Ferguson. Tony has way more ways to win. He can knock out Justin. He can submit Justin, and I think if it goes to a decision, I think Tony a doctor stoppage too with those elbows. But I think if it goes to a decision, that Tony's a better conditioned athlete, and his style is just better for this matchup. The only thing I am a little worried about is those leg kicks from fucking Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, that's another thing is like. But where is that going to get him? It's going to get him to what? Like Ferguson's going to then what? Like crumble to leg kicks and then what? Pull guard?
That's not somewhere you want to be either.
No, I would rather be on the feet with that motherfucker. Goddamn, dude! Like he's going to be able to land harder elbows, set him up. Be able to land elbows and then string them together with submissions off his back. He's like. Elite level jiu-jitsu is something Ferguson possesses.
Yeah.
And Gaethje doesn't use his wrestling, even though he shouldn't use his wrestling in this fight. He should keep it standing. I don't know. Like I think Gaethje's camp said it really well. Who's his coach?
Mark Henry.
No. The other guy, Gaethje, his striking coach.
It's Mark Henry, the guy who owns the pizza shop, right?
No, I'm not thinking of Mark Henry. I'm thinking of a different guy. That he sews all those onyx gloves and shit.
Oh, Trevor Whitman. I'm right.
Yeah, Trevor Whitman.
Wrong.
So so Trevor said it best. He looks up. He not looks up to, but he studies Ferguson and I think he does. Like admire him and stuff. So like he's always got like prepared for Ferguson, and I think he said it best whenever he said Ferguson is literally like the epitome of unpredictability. Like he is dangerous everywhere. You don't know when he's hurt. You can't tell if he's hurt. So it's not. There's not really a game plan. You don't know what he's gonna do. He could come out and try to strike with you, or try to take you down, Minari roll for your leg, or you don't know what he's gonna come out with. So like that's why Gaethje is being prepped for the unpredictable. He's prepared for anything, right? That's what they're saying. They're saying we're prepared for anything, but like you really gotta be ready for fucking the flying kung fu fucking Imanari flying knee to the face. I don't like whatever you can pull, whatever you can string together, like a UFC game like that. This is like you'll literally see a button mashing motherfucker. and then Gaethje's the dude who's really trying to time those shots coming in. And Ferguson's the dude who's button mashing. And he's winning. The guy Gaethje's gonna be the dude who's getting all pissed at the button masher.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fucking crazy though, because like we saw Gaethje get hurt by Cowboy before he finished him. We saw that crazy fight Ferguson had with Anthony Pettis. Like if these guys go at each other, it's gonna be fucking insane. Like
honestly, I think Ferguson was gonna finish Cowboy if that fight kept going.
Oh yeah, I think so too. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good fight. I think Ferguson takes this one. I know you're pulling for Ferguson, but I'm just excited for this.
El Kukui team over here, like 10th Planet for Life, dog.
Yeah, I saw Brian was hanging out with him and Eddie a little bit. Have you seen him this week at all?
Nah, man. I was at the gym the other day and I got some good. I beat the shit out of the little pro boxing Bob dummy that we got.
Yeah,
it's like a little grappling dummy. Those are like the best ones, dude. I'm trying to get one of those for my house.
There's a couple sites now that are making dummies real cheap, like $100.
Yeah, but this dummy is the shit. Like I know they got all kinds of dummies, but I want this dummy. It's a fucking pro boxing dummy that they got.
Hey, have you gotten those the boxing reflex thing that you attach to your head?
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
Hey, bro, I just got one of those. That's fucking sick. I love that thing.
Yeah, I do that in my free time. Anytime I'm not doing shit, I fucking hit the ball on my head.
Yeah, dude, because I get bored as hell when I shadow box. Yeah, I can. It hit me in the face a couple times.
They got 3 different balls with like 3 different strings.
Yeah.
It's like they got the intensities and shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for coming on and doing this. We'll have to get you on in the next couple of weeks to talk some more shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm down any time, bro. Hopefully next time I can plan a little better and have people not call me.
It's all right, dude. It always happens.
All right, man. I can't wait to be on the next Zapatero, by the way. I'm stoked.
Oh, yeah. I am ready to have you on. Next time we do 145, it's going to be fucking sick.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, brother.
All right. So that was Steven, the Pillow Shinobi, or the Shinobi Pillow. I don't know which way it goes, Koslow. Go check him out on Instagram, Jiu-Jitsu Ment, I believe. I don't even know how he's got such weird shit, but just find him on Instagram and Facebook. That guy's going to be the fucking UFC soon. I'm pumped for these fights. I'm going to be on the Grappling Hour Fight Companion for this tomorrow. We're going to cover the prelims all the way through the main card because it's such a stacked card. So make sure you tune in, get some food, get some drinks, and talk some shit with us because it makes watching fights more fun, especially since we're not supposed to be technically doing in-person watch parties right now. So make sure you guys check us out on that. It's going to be on the Grappling Hour Facebook, YouTube, all that fun stuff. All of us who were there from Submission Underground will be doing it again. Man, I'm getting fucking burps and hiccups and shit like that. So it's going to be a good time. That's tomorrow, right when the fights start. And make sure you guys support the sponsors, Contractor Service, Liberty Ammo, and have a shot of Freedom Whiskey. If you're looking to sponsor the podcast, we have 2 spots left, and we got some crazy numbers last month. We hit 47,000 hits, which is fucking insane to me. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll be back tomorrow with some fight companions, and I think that's all I have this week. So I'll be back next week with more interviews. I got some big ones next week. Hector Lombard's coming back to talk politics, bare knuckle, MMA, all that fun shit. I got a few other really high-level people coming in next week to talk, so it'll be the best week yet, I think. You guys stay safe. I'll see you guys soon.